Hello, today is, what day is today? It is May 11th, and I am going to do a reading for June for Virgo. And this is, well, I'm considering changing my name. Let's see. I think am I the missing link on here or Elephant Tarot? Anyway, whether I'm missing link or Elephant Tarot, look at my, this could be a transitional time, so this could be either one, right? Missing link or Elephant Tarot, because we have two elephants linking their trunks, and thanks to my daughter for this idea. She had that idea for it to be the missing link as a department under Elephant Tarot. Anyway, so I guess you'll see what I write after I'm done, what I decide if it's going to be Elephant Tarot or Missing Link. But anyway, we'll get to the reading. So I wanted to do a reading for Virgo for the month of June. And it got a little deep on me. So I was actually, the reason I don't do the cards on camera is because it usually takes me a while to figure out what they're talking about. So, sorry to whoever has a problem with that. So I first did the cards. I did playing cards. And I'll show you what I got for those. I got these playing cards. I make a little mark on each one so that I'll know if it's upside down or right side up. If you can see, I got a little mark there at the bottom of each card. And so I have the 5 of Spades, King of Diamonds reversed, 5 of Hearts, and 5 of Clubs, they call those, right? So the general meaning, it was for your challenge. That was actually supposed to be the 5 of Spades upright. I'm not sure if that's what it showed on the camera. So the 5 of Spades upright, King of Diamonds reversed, 5 of Hearts, and 5 of Clubs. So the 5 of Swords is, it can be like a conflict, some type of conflict. King of Diamonds reversed can be like someone who's in authority that might be a little bit of a bully, kind of, I guess, but whether it be intentionally or unintentionally. The 5 of Hearts is, it can be a little bit of like a loss, but it might feel like everything is lost, but actually it's perspective that actually it's not all lost, that there's still hope for the future, or whether it be in the same type of relationship or situation or outside of it. And then the 5 of well, it would be 5 of Wands in tarot, but this is 5 of Clubs in the playing deck. Is it can be conflict in a way, but it's more not so much conflict as it's more a lot of different people who are all going in different directions, and not knowing necessarily how all of their directions can work out together, right? And that's the ending card of it. But I'll show you what I got from that. So it's interesting. So for the first part, the conflict, let me show you. I got a mental image for that, and I'm going to show you what I got. I drew it for you. You see this? It looks like a person in a boat and a well. The person in a boat is sort of, to me, someone who feels like lonely, and they're kind of, all they can do is sort of try to do the best they can to move. Like it, I got a sort of a 6 of Swords energy for those who are familiar with tarot. Someone who's trying to move to calmer waters the best that they can. And then that well over there, to me, represents sort of like old, almost, I want to say like family secrets. It might not necessarily be that for everybody, but it could be things from the past that maybe are no longer relevant, but they're still affecting someone in the present. Whether it be from their childhood, their family's past, whatever. And they're affecting the situation now. They're causing a conflict, and they're causing alienation or separation. And that's why this person here is feeling alone and disconnected. And then over here I have, first was this one, is like it was a dark night, and just a feeling of barrenness and sort of loneliness. And then I see there is a star here, which I didn't, and when I saw this in my mind, I guess I didn't think of the star representing hope. But now as I'm showing it to you, it does seem like it very well could mean hope. And then this bear. Now the bear, so the bear can represent almost like a maternal energy, although I was feeling it like a paternal, a fatherly energy. But what happens with that bear is it can be, a lot of times they have good intentions to protect the family or the children or the weaker people, but I kind of got a feeling like maybe they were going overboard and being in sort of overshadowing, or almost being like a bully, but not maybe meaning to, in their desire to protect. They were sort of coming off as overly domineering, overly controlling, and the effect of it was a negative effect, and it was overshadowing their good intentions. Maybe they had lost sight of their good intentions. Maybe ego was overcoming that, and it was causing a barren feeling. And I think, yeah, so that star might be the Five of Cups. In a Five of Cups in tarot, the person is staring at the empty cups and they're sad, and they don't notice that there's two cups still standing, and that might be what this star is here. And the last one, the Five of Wands, or Five of Clubs in playing cards, is what I talked about, where everybody is, I'm going to use my fingers to show it like this. See, in a lot of tarot decks, they show all these wands all crisscrossing, and it's everybody has their own passion and their own direction and their own desires, that of ways that they're going in life, and that, so I feel like that it's the end result is everyone's voice being able to be heard. And this is the vision that I got in my mind for that, is you see it, in my mind I saw it as almost like Native Americans walking around a fire in a sort of a dance, and each person is included even though they each have a different role, and they don't all have to be the same. They might all have a different role to play. Right now I'm feeling like I don't know if I should have used that example of Native Americans, because I don't know if that's fair of me to usurp that that example, but it's nevertheless, it's the idea of people, they're all in a unit where they can all be included and they can all participate in each other's well-being, but they don't all have to be the same to do it. Even they can still be valuable to the whole without all being exactly the same, if that makes sense. So in a way, to me, that's more of a Five of Wands reversed energy than a Five of Wands upright, because Five of Wands upright still sort of shows that they're all in conflict, whereas the Five of Wands reversed is when they are sort of figuring out how they all fit together in the group. All right, so that's the overview. So I was getting clarification what this means. I got a few cards here to get a summary of what this means for you, Virgo. And again, this is for the month of June. And I got that you might be observing. So I used this deck. Let me show you this deck. This is a cool deck. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. I don't know if you can see that very well. And I got some of these cards. I got, let me see, 38. And I put them back, apparently. Oh, I got one of them that's 38, number 38, and 43, which apparently I put back in the deck, so I apologize for that. Okay, so I will just tell you what that was. That was, 38 was talked about, I would dig it up for you, but this will go smoother if I just tell you, about you may observe an injustice, and you are being called to stand up for defending, even if it's yourself or someone else who needs someone to stand up for them. And if fairness is your intention with Virgo, I have no doubt it is with you. It seems that is your nature. Then this situation will be solved through acts of kindness, empathy, and courage. And the other one that you got was deep knowing, and that was something that we, especially in today's culture, we have a hard time being connected with, and that's when you just seem to know. It's saying that right now you're right on the things that that right now this allows you to open a door to more than just what's normally available to you through experience. To trust your vibes, and you will get answers in unusual places. Ask and you will get answers from unusual places. So I got some more cards here talking about speaking your truth, being in the present, taking a risk to make your needs be known, and you will get help, asking for help, and you will receive it. Still, I was kind of at a loss, right? So I was asking for wisdom, and I got, I should have drawn this. Let me draw this for you. I got a picture in my mind, and that was, let me get a pin here. It looked like a llama. Okay, I drew a picture on my paper here, but I'm going to draw a better one because it's all scribbles. It looked like something like a llama with like rays of light coming to its, like diagonally out. I'll show you, to its head. You see? Can't see it very well. And then also a woman riding a horse, which I'll draw for you, around like in a race, right? Like around the barrel races, and she fell off the horse. And to me, I understood the horse part because my mother used to ride horses in races like this, but I didn't really understand the llama. And I started to look up symbolic meanings of llamas, but it was let's see what I could. This isn't a very good. I'll just show you so you remember it. Here's the person riding a horse. The horse is supposed to be running, so that isn't the best. But the person fell off the horse. I first started looking up symbolic meaning, and To be honest, I didn't write it down. So if you want, you can look up symbolic meaning of llamas. But what I did then, since I didn't feel like I was getting very much from the symbolic meaning of llamas, I went ahead and I looked up. I did write some down. It talked about symbolic meaning of llamas being that you have the strength and endurance to reach your goal. You could be worrying too much, carrying too much of a load. Follow your heart rather than your ego. This action will bring all the rewards you're seeking. Okay, but I wasn't really satisfied with that. So what I did is I watched some documentary shows about llamas and alpacas and those things. That was really that gave me some more insight into it, because I saw that there was some really deep history behind them, and it started to make sense. Excuse me, I'm going to adjust myself here again. I'm sitting kind of weird here. Okay, so there was some deep history behind this. So in this case, for example, I mentioned that my mom rode horses and raced with them. And then it so happens that my daughter is also a Virgo. My mom is also a Virgo. My mom rode the horses and raced with them. She taught us how to ride horses and things like that. Now my daughter, and I feel this is symbolic. My daughter happens to be, in her bloodline is Native American, but not the Apache or Lakota or the North American Native Americans, but more of the Central or South American Native Americans. So when I was watching the when I was first, I see right here this card, Truth Be Told is another one. Yeah, right here that I got. But I asked for clarification. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. It must be getting dark. Yeah, okay, it says Truth Be Told. Apologize for the poor quality here. But the message of that is honesty, accepting things at face value. Coming out of denial, willingness to be transparent, and clarity of communication. And I had gotten self-imposed limits. I asked for some more clarification using the playing cards, and I got I got the Jack of Swords, or Jack of Spades it would be, which would also be clarity of communication also. I got the eight of Spades, which is also self-imposed limits, and I saw that the llamas or the alpacas are shy. So anyway, when I was learning about the alpacas, I learned that they are the pack animals of South America, that the Incan civilization was built on their backs. Which I thought was interesting, because that is like a similarity to the horses of the United States. And my daughter is, so she's not exactly the same as my parents, which makes sense because she's their granddaughter. Now, of course, not all of you have the same history, but the parallel will be similar, that we are not the same, for example, as our grandparents, and we're not going to be the same as the people we're dealing with, because we have different histories. The documentaries that I learned about the llamas and the alpacas were that they actually came from camels in the Americas. They migrated, some of them to South America, some of them to across the Bering Strait over into Asia, Europe and Asia. And they uniquely evolved. The ones that went into South America uniquely evolved to be able to survive in this harsh weather both really frigid cold and extreme heat, and they evolved these large lungs and hearts to be able to breathe the thin air. And they evolved because of their unique evolution and their unique histories. They were able to survive where other animals were not. And so, talking about being shy but needing to speak your truth, and the result being people coming to an understanding of differences. So, like I said, I give this example because in my daughter's case, she has a different history and has had a different, has experienced different things, and therefore has a different way of thinking than me, and then even more so my parents, and even speaks 2 languages. And in the same way, the alpaca is similar and the llamas are similar to the horses, but at the same time very different. And so sometimes this bear might be trying to protect, and in trying to protect might be trying to force everyone to be the same without realizing that he needs to listen to everybody's stories, because they need to speak their truth, because everybody has evolved to be somewhat different according to their different stories that they have grown up in, and they need to speak what is true for them. Let's see, there is the truth be told. That meaning of that card is there's the truth that is the essence of something, and then there's the truth that is the subject to philosophy or of a certain believer or adherent of a certain group or belief system. So we're not going to debate which one is truer, but only that it is important to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication, and with others and with yourself, and that involves peeling off layers of denial that is tied to an illusion, and that is what will set you free. And being authentic and gloriously flawed, then Spirit will answer you with miracles. And let's see. Also, in addition to that, being open to seeing what other people are, listening to, this is part of the truth be told in the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, which I know you can't see this very well, but that's the name of it, Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Truth be told card. Also being open to engaging in heartfelt, open conversation, time to see the truth and share what you need, and being open to the idea that you need other people, and being open to, let's see, no one can do that for you. Your truth is based on your personality and your experience, and a higher truth will be found after you communicate honestly and see how doing so has helped you become more attuned to yourself. And so that involves courage and taking a leap of faith and overcoming fear, and being fully present in the moment. The other one that came up was a leg up. Okay, sorry, I gotta do this lighting better. You can't see it very well. That is a leg up. You see a little polar bear? I wonder if I can use this to lighten, put a little more light on it. The mother and the baby. And that one talks about receiving help from other people and recognizing that we need help. It's important that you need others as much as they need you, and allowing people to support you just like you do for them, and that it's time to be vulnerable also about your needs and asking for them to be fulfilled, and trusting that people can't read your mind, so they'll only know what you need if you tell them. And now's the time to take a risk and feel exhilaration as you get ready for a leap of faith. And so it's saying listen to your soul and not your head. Now that was interesting that in the symbolic meaning of llamas or alpacas, it was talking about listening to your heart and not your ego, and that seems similar to me. You must step into the unfamiliar so you can find miracles. And so, yeah, okay. So I was learning about
shirataki noodles are not very good.
What?
Shirataki noodles are not very good.
They're not, huh? Oh, darn. Yeah, I remembered that. The shirataki noodles are not very good. We just learned they're supposed to be like a 0-calorie noodle. Okay. So then when I learned about the Incas were rounded up when the Spaniards came over. The Incas were pretty much wiped out, their way of life. And they slaughtered millions of llamas and alpacas. But the llamas and alpacas did survive. The Inca civilization did not survive. But they still survive. The llamas and alpacas still survive there because they're uniquely evolved for that. In the same way, there is something, Virgo, that you're uniquely adapted for. And by telling your truth with kindness, fairness, what was the empathy and courage, you are in a unique role to help gentle this spirit of someone who's not able right now to see past their own I feel like it's like a someone who's that bearer person, or energy. It might not be just a person, it might be an energy, it might be a group of people, I'm not sure, but your unique voice in this and your unique gentleness, and your unique the way that you're adapted through your harsh past, and your harsh past and the difficulties you've gone through have helped you to be adapted to be able to be this shy, curious, uniquely you person, like this llama alpaca, that's able to just through showing who you really are help bring understanding to the fact that we don't all have to be the same, but we all are very valuable, and we all have a real purpose, and it's time to start bringing your gifts and their gifts together to form a relationship. And it's a really deep and beautiful message, Virgo, and this is what I got for you. And so yeah, I hope you got something from that, and thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you again. And that's all, and have a good rest of the month, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.